Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці і українки. Було багато сьогодні нарад. Різних. Міжнародна робота, внутрішня безпека, оборона держави.
I wish you health, fellow Ukrainians. There were many meetings today, different ones. International work, internal security, defense of the state. The meeting on the Crimea platform, the content of the summit, the international presence at the summit, its impact on our ability to keep up the pressure for the liberation of Crimea. We are working on the details, and we are already preparing not only the Crimea Platform Summit at the level of leaders in August, but also the parliamentary dimension of the Crimea Platform, which will be held in autumn. Today is the second day of an important meeting with the ambassadors of Ukraine in Zakarpattia region. Yesterday and today we had the highest political and highest military levels of communication. The ambassadors had very substantive conversations with the Minister of Defense, the Commander-in-Chief, Commander of the Air Force, Vice Admiral Papa, the Commander of the Naval Forces, Head of the Foreign Intelligence Service Litvinenko, and National Security and Defense Secretary Danilov. All of them. I especially asked Commander-in-Chief Zaluzhny, the commanders, and Mr. Kuleba to hold such a meeting to discuss the key things that our warriors and defense forces need so much, so that they could convey all this to the ambassadors. Prime Minister Shmyhal, Yulia Sveredenko, Stefanishina, Kubrakov also attended the meeting today. There was also a meeting between the ambassadors and chairman of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine Ruslan Stefanchuk on parliamentary diplomacy, which can be very effective if it is fully consistent with our overall state strategy. It is important that the ambassadors of Ukraine are fully informed about every need of Ukraine in great detail: weapons, equipment, munitions, finances, specific political decisions. I thank everyone who was active at the meeting in Zakarpattia, and I thank Zakarpattia for such a welcome. Today there were reports from the head of Security Service of Ukraine Maluk and Minister of Internal Affairs Klimenko. In particular, one of the issues in the inspection of the military commissars. We talked in detail. The inspection reveals many abuses. Frankly, disgusting ones. All the facts reviewed by law enforcement officers will be presented to the public and investigated in the framework of criminal proceedings. The conclusion is obvious. The recruitment system needs people who understand the value of defending Ukraine. The value, not the price of decisions. People who have seen the war and gone through it should work in the military enlistment offices. There are those who, unfortunately, lost their limbs, but didn't lose their dignity and didn't lose Ukraine. I am grateful to them. Minister Klimenko reported separately and in detail on the training of our National Guardsmen. The provision of ammunition and equipment is a priority. He also spoke about the protection of critical facilities, including nuclear power plants. We discussed the situation in the regions after the Russian terrorist attack on the Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant, and the provision of all necessary supplies to people. The minister also reported on measures taken to combat crime. There were informative reports on the entire range of work of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and of course the frontline. The battles are tough. The occupiers are trying their best to stop our guys. The assaults are very fierce. Kupiansk, Liman, Bakhmut, Mariinka, Avdiivka directions, southern directions. It is difficult everywhere, but no matter what the enemy does, it is the Ukrainian force that dominates, and I am grateful to everyone on the front line for this. Today I would like to recognize the warriors of the 15th Operational Brigade of the National Guard, Melitopol direction. Thank you guys. I would also like to mention the warriors of the Ismail Border Guard Detachment, who together with the maritime units counter Russian Shahed attacks. In total, the terrorists have already launched at least 1,961 Shaheds against Ukraine, and a significant number of them have been shot down. Unfortunately, not all of them. We are working to shoot down more, to shoot down as many as possible. We are working to have more air defense system. In particular, this is a task for each of our ambassadors, all representatives of Ukraine. Everyone must work for the victory, for the protection of life, the lives of people, and the protection of our beautiful Ukraine. We will definitely win. Glory to Ukraine.
Ми обов'язково переможемо. Слава Україні!